America Matters Media.
Hello, your computer has virus.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Say what? Hey everyone, this is Kenny McCormick, CEO of Celtic Fish and your host of Geek Speak, sponsored by Dad in My Life. Thank you for listening at 1060 AM KFOY or on the web at americamatters.us. Now let's get to the show. Hey everyone, glad to talk to you all. Back to my half-hour show. It's been crazy the last couple weeks. I'm glad that I'm back, though. I really miss doing this, hanging out with Shanimal here. Hey, bud.
Yeah. All right, man. Welcome back.
Definitely.
Missed you.
It's been crazy. These last couple weeks, I've had servers blow up. I've had tons of new customers, I should say, coming in with viruses.
Ooh.
They've been hacked, breached, whatever you want to call it. And then just living life, being a dad.
How's your kid?
Which one?
All of them. Your girl's the cutest. She came in and she was on the show a while back. Yeah, she's the cutest.
My oldest is doing great. He's, I want to say he's in 5th grade.
Whoa, tough.
I know. He's a little me.
Homeschooled, or you got him out there?
I got him in public.
Okay.
His school, he's up at Nancy Gomes Elementary. Amazing school.
Awesome.
Like, I love the principal. I love the community. Just shout out there to my fellow Cold Springians. I don't know what you call them, but
Cold Springers.
Cold Springers. You guys are amazing. You're fun. So, I don't have a guest today. Because, one, we switched my time, so which is awesome. It worked out. I actually love this time frame.
Good.
But anyways, so we're going to just go straight into the news. I love my sound effects, too. So, as I said, a lot of my customers were breached this weekend. Or those last couple weeks. It is what they're calling the McAfee email scam.
Huh.
It actually was reported in RenoLocalNews.com also by the Sheriff's Department, or whatever that local news thing that they push out to give all the public service announcements. And I also think it's a good thing to put out here, since, one, I'm an IT guy, two, I've been dealing with it, and it's been driving me crazy. What's going on is people are getting emails saying, hey, your McAfee's antivirus is expired. We auto-billed you. Or they send an email saying they overcharged you, or something on those lines.
To get you to open it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get you to click a link. I've seen a couple different things. One where one person clicked the link and someone automatically jumped on and tried to get them to wire money, dropped a Word document saying wiring instructions. But what they're doing is they're calling up the people, talking to them on the phone, or just emailing them, one of the two. And they're getting them on the phone saying, hey, I'm, your, whatever.
Representative?
Yeah, you've overpaid for, or you paid for your McAfee subscription. Thank you for your loyalty, blah, blah, blah. They call up, no, I don't use McAfee. I don't do this. And then they're like, okay, well, let me send you a link. They click the link. It lets them into their computer. What they do is they have them log into their bank, or a lot of people automatically save all their passwords. They downloaded their passwords out of their browser. That's why I tell people don't auto-save your passwords. And then they log into their bank and show them that the money they transferred, and they'll look and they'll see, like, say it was $299. they'll say it's $2,990 or 29, depending on how much they have in one of their other accounts, because they will transfer money from one account to another.
Huh.
And then they'll be like, see, the money's deposited already into your account. And they'll show them in their bank. And then they'll want them to wire. Then the people will look at it and go, no, I see you put this much. And they'll be like, oh, we screwed up. You're going to have to wire transfer that money to us. But it's really their money from another account.
Ah. Sneaky.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, like, at first glance, you're like, oh, okay. But once you do the research, yeah, that's not what happened. Huh. So, one, now they have all your passwords. Two, they're on your computer. And they're playing with your bank. And then one person went to go do the transfer and then realized he was sending the money to Africa.
Right.
And was like, nope, not going to happen. And then they all reached out to me.
Huh.
So, which some of them were...
So they've lost money, but you can go in there and re-secure them.
Well, they never lost the money because they never transferred.
Oh, okay.
But they obviously...
Are hacked.
If something like that happens, first thing you do is shut off your computer, unplug it from the internet, and get to someone who can actually fix it.
Ah.
Like, I did a couple scans. Only one put a malware on there. It was all simple stuff. So, just bring it to someone who can... Sorry.
Not dealing with geniuses.
No.
Okay.
And if you... The one person that I dealt with, they actually had a Mac, and the guy was trying to run scripts that were designed for Windows, so it didn't work. So they're not that
sharp,
right, too. So according to the news article that I read, which was kind of funny, authorities suggest that people double check their sender's email. It's kind of common sense when it comes to email. You always want to verify that it is, like, if it is coming from McAfee, it'll be their official website. It won't be McAfee 2. Or instead of an M, they put a double N. So it looks like an M. So double check the address. Make sure that it is the correct address. Don't ever call the people's information from the email. Always go to their website, their official website, log in, get the contact information there. Best place to go, always.
Their website.
Go to the official website and get the contact information and verify the call. Don't just call someone. Other than that, verifies legitimate email. Yeah, that's perfect. Now, the other thing that you want to do is, if you accidentally fall for this trick, you want to contact authorities right away. They actually have a division just for this, Washoe County Sheriff's Department, and the number is 775-328-3320. Once again, that's 775-328-3320. And this is the one time I'm also going to plug my company in. Give Celtic Fish a call. We're going to help you. We'll help you get secured up. We'll also give you some training if you're interested.
Celtic Fish.
Yes.
How do we get hold of you?
Number is 775-996-3761. Or you could just look us up on our cool new website at CelticFish.com, and that's Celtic Fish with a K. So it's KELTICFISH.
New website.
Yeah, we redesigned it.
Who, you?
Mm-hmm. I just hired a web designer.
Wow. All right.
So, yeah, she's amazing.
Okay, good. We'll exchange information.
Oh, perfect.
Get her on the show.
I will work on that.
Okay.
So really quick, Windows 11 is adding Android apps next month. So now you're able to log in. Like if you use an Android, you're able
Which I
to
do,
play
yeah.
your games on a Windows 11 computer. They're also going to be
What's that mean? Is that much better upgrade?
I think I'm going to screw myself because now I can play all my video game, like all my addicted games that I have on my cell phone, on my computer. So that's one thing. With this update, they're going to also be adding calling, so you can attach your phone so you can call and mute the call and unmute the phone from your desktop. Weather widgets, they're going to fix the taskbar because there's been a lot of complaints about it. I just think people are weird because they can't tell the difference between that the Windows symbol shifted to the right just a little bit. And they're going to redesign the Notepad and Media Player app. So I think it's going to be a really cool thing.
Right. If you want a break, we can do it. If not, you can.
Oh,
just go.
no, I just saw the clock cut down.
You want to do a break? It's up to you.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's skip
just
the
run
break.
it. Yeah.
Sorry, you're not getting a
3
break.
more minutes.
I was looking at the clock and I thought it was time for break. My bad. That's awesome.
Yep.
All right. See, it's a half-hour show. It changes.
That's right.
This whole hour, half-hour, I love this stuff. I actually have a lot of information, so.
Good.
Finally, my final news article is Google's being sued in the U.S. Right. Because of their
Yay.
deceptive location tracking.
Yay! About time.
I'm sorry. You have a cell phone, you're being tracked.
I know, and they know where you're at.
It doesn't matter if you turn off location tracking.
Nope.
They're going to find you. But, so they're being sued because they're accused of deceiving people about how to control location tracking. Go figure. You're being tracked. I'm sorry. So, right now, location tracking, supposedly, they're widely reported in 2018 that if you turned off your location tracking, it wasn't sufficient enough to fully disable the function.
I think you, not even if you turn your phone off now, they still track you, even if you just have the phone.
Supposedly, yes. I know that, like, at least what I was told when I was in the military was that they kept with Blackberries because when you pulled the battery, it actually killed the battery. So I don't know if that's accurate. That's what I was told. Or when you pulled the battery, it actually killed the phone in all services. That's why they preferred them. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
I know that if you leave your phone on, or if you turn your phone off, it still kills the battery. So I assume that's the case. There's functions running in the background. And I assume it's just like a computer nowadays, so you can wake from sleep. And that's
So it's always on.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something always, even a backup battery. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm assuming I'm not a phone person. I just think that's, to me, it's kind of common sense, but I'm also grown up in the technology world. I've had a phone since I was 16 years old. And I've known from that day on that I was being tracked. I mean, I'm 40 now. I was a conspiracy theorist then when I had one. I was like, yeah, I'm being tracked. But, I mean, you have triangulations off of cell phone towers, whatever. They're going to be able to find you.
Yep.
So, why? Like, are people really thinking just because you turned off location services, it's going to kill all your apps?
No.
No.
Nope. Oh, they keep going. I know. Yeah,
Right?
I've done it, yeah.
Well, and just like, come on. If you don't think you're not being listened to in recording, you're crazy. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Me and my wife were talking about a new mattress yesterday. Next thing that pops up on my phone are new mattresses.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And it was off.
Hey, whatever happens, I really don't care.
Yep.
Now, one of the other things that has been keeping me really busy these last couple weeks, gentlemen, was I had 3 servers completely burn out because of power. You remember a couple months ago how I told you, you need to get power backups, you need to make sure you have surge protectors and all that?
Right.
My customers did that. They had power backups with surge protectors, or with a surge suppressor, I should say, built into their rack. And I'm going to throw NV Power under the bus, and I'm sorry, any of you NV Power people who are listening, but they shut the power off on their building.
Ooh.
And when they turned back the power, it sent a power surge all the way through, went through the power backup, through the surge protector, destroyed their servers. And fortunately enough, we had backups, which is where I want to go with today. Backups are great. They work awesome, but they're not perfect. And I want to point that out. As a business owner, my customer was lucky that I had an extra server in my office. I had a server sitting around that I used for playing with. I was able to load up software and get it to them as soon as possible.
So they can keep their business running.
So they can keep their business running. They're not 100% right now because obviously I'm not going to set it up completely just so I could build them a new server.
Right.
But luckily I have resources where I can pull supplies because there is a shortage on chips right now.
That's for sure.
But I was able to pull all the parts to build a server in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Or in under 2 weeks. So that's me building it, not configuring it. Now, I went on to my vendors to check on how long the lead time is to get servers. We're looking at, if you bought a Lenovo server, 6 to 9 weeks.
And that's probably conservative.
Yeah. Dell is 2+ weeks on getting a server in. And HP is 3+ weeks of getting a server in. That's not configuring it to your business or all the applications that you need.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about all the other business owners out there, but for my business, if I went 3 weeks without work, or 2+ weeks,
You gotta go get another job.
yeah, I might as well close up shop and say, see ya.
Yeah.
'Cause especially all the data that I save. And that's not even including, it took me 4 days to download their backup because they had offsite backup just in case something like this happened. Everything in their rack burned out. There would have been no way that anything lasted, so it had to have been offsite. Like, we had to pull the offsite backup. It took me 4 days just to download the data.
Because of the massiveness?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they weren't that big, in my opinion. But one of the things that people don't realize is backups are great if you just care about your files. They have no application. They have no POS right now, or point of sale system.
Oh, that's money. Yep.
That's money.
That's it.
They're hand jamming all their receipts right now because they didn't want to get a business continuity disaster recovery kit or setup. So you have backups, which is just your files and taking care of it. One of the things that, especially why I partner with Datto, is because they specialize in what we call BCDR, business continuity disaster recovery.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what it is you want to have a local backup. You want to have a remote backup or an off-site backup just in case your building burns down.
Right. Yeah.
But the difference is, instead of having just your files put aside, you have a virtual copy of your servers set aside. So your server blows up, you could flip the switch, not literally a switch, but flip a switch, 15 minutes later, you have a virtualized network running right there for you. Your building burns down, you can flip the switch in the cloud, direct everyone to that location, you're back and running.
Wow. That's the way to go.
It is.
Yeah.
It's obviously not the best in cost.
So it's costly, but it's not going to cost you your business.
Correct. Yeah. So, like, there's 3 things that I tell people to look for in being prepped for business continuity. If you're down, you need to look to see if you have... Is there, like, a modem going off?
I heard, like, a warning signal, a phone warning, like an alert.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I thought it was my tenderness going off again. So you need to have, I tell people that there's 3 elements to business continuity. One is resiliency, how quickly you can bounce back. Time is money for a business owner.
Absolutely. If you're down more than a day or 2, look out.
Yeah. Recovery. How much can you lose before you are screwed, basically? Like, can you lose a day's worth of work and catch up quickly? 2 days, 3 days, a week?
Wow, that'd be difficult.
Yeah. And then contingency. What are you going to do if your building does burn down? And unfortunately, I'm a doomsdayer in this aspect, especially after this happened.
Yeah, gotta be.
Because, like, before I would tell people, well, we could just do a file backup. It's not best case scenario. You want full backup everywhere. So those are the things that I look at and what I tell people to look at. Most people are like, I need it back in 3 hours. Realistically, come on here.
Yeah.
You can do work without your data for a couple days or a day or 2. It's not the best thing. Now, with a BCDR device, either Datos or whoever's, preferably Datos because they are a great sponsor of my show, you can have your system back in minutes or hours versus days and weeks. So, I don't know. This, like, the cost is offset. If you know that you have that backup ready, get it, people. You don't want to have your whole life crumble because of one surge in power or a virus, or say you get ransomed. Instead of paying the ransom to get your data back,
you got a virtual one up and running.
You can get a virtual one back and running. You can delete or format your old one
and get rid of those guys.
And get rid of them.
Wow, nice.
And you're good to go.
There you go.
So you got to look at
it just right there.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah. Well, look at our former one of our hosts here, Connie, got hacked. She was down for 3-4 weeks, and it happened again. So she's been out for 6 weeks. Yeah.
You know, Connie, if you're listening to my show, 996-37621. No. Anyways, just kidding. But, like, I'm going to give a prime example. And I won't say a major company that drinks, it's a major soda company out there. You know, I won't say names with the little blue can.
Okay.
Their payroll clocking system, the company that they outsourced to, was breached. This was like 2 months ago. And I know a person who's working for that soda company, and they're still working on it because, by what I can tell, the backup that they had was not sufficient. They probably have a file-based backup. They didn't have a continuity or disaster plan.
The people aren't getting paid? The payroll went down?
I'm sure they're getting paid because I know the guy that I know that works for that company would not be there if he wasn't getting paid.
Good.
So I'm pretty sure he's getting paid, but the time clocks aren't there, so they're obviously doing a lot more work somewhere else.
Yep.
So I'm sorry if I gave out too much information.
Nope.
But I try to keep it vague. So for a quick checklist, to be proactive for disaster recovery. Make sure that all product production machines are protected and backed up, either file-based or a BCDR. If it's a machine with a special application, you're going to want a BCDR, or business continuity disaster recovery. Check that all recent screenshots of the product or the production machine shows full backups. Do backups, do continuity, and make sure you have a backup network and a plan if something does happen. If you guys need anything from me, you got my number. You can always ask me questions, send me emails.
Fish, connecting our community one network at a time. Listen locally to Geek Speak on.
I know I need to pay attention to my health, but I just can't seem to find the time. Between rushing to work and taking care of the kids, there's not much time left over for me. So I decided to start small by eating more fruits and vegetables and being more active. And then I got the family to make some changes too. We started by keeping a bowl of fresh fruit on the counter, and I limit the amount of sweet snacks I keep in the house. I've also found some creative ways to add more vegetables to our meals. We're taking more walks, and on the weekends, we head down to the pool at the